Local law enforcement officers are there to keep the community safe, but then who is there for those officers? Following last Saturday's shooting in La Crosse, News 8's Jordan Fremstead found out who helps officers who are involved in traumatic experiences.
That's right, Martha. The La Crosse area law enforcement chaplaincy started back in 2000. The program is made up of volunteers who go through special training so they can support officers when they put their lives on the line.
When the dispatch call is made, their lives hang in the balance.
EDC to Tri-State, you're going to need to stage, but we have shots fired.
To keep this community safe.
Shots fired, officer.
It's not something like most of our jobs where we punch out at 5 o'clock. You know, they're always a cop.
When they respond, they can experience things that are forever burned into their memory.
Even drawing their weapon, even that physical act of I came this close to having to take a human life, that in itself can produce significant trauma.
When officers are involved in a situation like last Saturday's officer-involved shooting, resources are offered to make sure that officer's mental health is in good hands.
We do focus a lot on our officer wellness.
The La Crosse area chaplaincy program provides clergymen and women,
I was one of those.
like Pastor Mark Clements, who have specific training to help members of law enforcement who have had a traumatic experience.
All of that will have the capacity to produce PTSD and its devastating results. That's why we want to be available to serve in those situations.
Sergeant Tom Walsh with the La Crosse Police Department says the mental health of police officers is vital to the job they perform.
Years ago, we didn't spend the amount of time that we are spending now, and we have learned that we really do need to get our officers engaged, get them talking, and get them caring for themselves and making sure that they're managing stress and managing the day-to-day rigors that law enforcement brings.
Clements not only helps officers, but he can be called to help victims during the worst moment in their lives. He remembers a time when it took 8 days to recover a body near Riverside Park.
And I stood down in Riverside Park with that family for 8 days.
This is not easy for Clements.
Just because of the very violent and graphic nature of some of the auto accidents that I've responded to.
But he says it's the least he can do.
I wish I could make more of a difference. I see the sacrifices that they make. I see a lot of what I don't think the general public really knows.
Now, Clements says he also has chaplains that he goes to for support when he helps out local law enforcement. Now, despite the fact that Clements is a Christian pastor, he says the chaplaincy does not have a religious affiliation, and they help everyone who needs it.
Thanks so much, Jordan. Also, La Crosse police officials say they also help victims get the necessary help they need.